Hello, this is Alex from the National Weather Service in Pocatello with your Friday, January 25th edition of the Southeast Idaho Weather and Hazards Planning Briefing. First off, this morning we're still seeing some areas of dense fog, mostly from just south of Idaho Falls north to the Montana border along I-15. Also, Highway 20 from Idaho Falls north to Montana. Portions of the Teton Valley and Arco Desert as well, many of the same areas that saw dense fog yesterday morning. And then moving forward, we're still on track to see a light system bring a round of light snowfall to the higher terrain areas, generally in between the travel corridor and the Wyoming border region. A very similar looking system is then expected for late Sunday into Monday morning, and then some colder air is expected to pour down from the north on Tuesday, lasting through midweek. And it looks like our next chance of precipitation then isn't until next Thursday and Friday. And the confidence right now, medium to high on these details. Looking at your planning timeline with impact level, the yellows here indicate generally minimal impacts, fairly routine system, again, for this afternoon, late afternoon, evening into Saturday morning, and then late Sunday into Monday morning with those rounds of light snow. We'll show you here soon on the map with some amounts and locations, and then the morning fog here for this morning. Let's take a look at the satellite picture here and get a representation of what's coming. High pressure remains centered here off the California coast, and all of this dry air in these red and orange yellow colors here. But if we focus off to the west in the greens and whites, we can see some of that higher moisture, and that's going to come up and around. This is actually our system number 2. This is our Sunday to Monday system. Our later this afternoon and evening system is just coming into Canada here, and that's the one that's going to be moving over us. Again, you can see not a lot of moisture with that system, and that'll be represented in the snowfall amounts. First, though, let's look at a forecast radar. The blues here indicate areas where snow is expected. The darker the blue, the heavier the snow. You see some greens in here. Ignore those. We do expect precipitation to be all snow. Here we are at 11 a.m. this morning, and we see that light snow expected to be underway for Island Park, Monina Pass, south towards Pine Creek Pass. And you can see as we get into the early afternoon how that expands farther south, and it's down towards the Bear River Range by early afternoon, but doesn't last all that long. We could see a few flurries briefly into Rexburg and Idaho Falls, but expect generally trace amounts of snow there. And as you can see, by late Friday evening into early Saturday morning, it's largely come to an end. And as we go all the way forward here through the weekend, you can see, and I'll switch screens here. Here we are now 5 p.m. Sunday, so Sunday evening. You can see that next round of light snow moving on south, and that continues into Monday morning. Notice it's many of the same areas that experience snow on Wednesday, many of the same areas that are expected to see snow this afternoon and Saturday morning. So very similar systems here this week. And by the time we get into later Monday morning, most of the snow is forecast to come to an end at that point. And notice how I'm skipping all the way ahead here to Thursday before we see that next round of precipitation potential. So switching back here to our briefing graphics. Here's a look at the snowfall totals for this first system here for late this afternoon and overnight. Again, pretty light amounts, trace amounts along the interstate corridor here, and then 1 to 3 inches for Island Park to Palisades and Pine Creek Pass. Those areas should see the heaviest amounts. But again, nothing out of the ordinary for us. And by the time we get into Friday night and Saturday morning, again, most of that has come to an end. Now here we are looking at the amounts for the Sunday and Monday system. I don't have a graphic that goes beyond Sunday evening, but it should look very similar to this one for our Sunday night and Monday amounts. A quick peek at temperatures here. Low temperatures this morning, high temperatures rather, for this afternoon, getting well above freezing across the eastern Magic Valley to about Blackfoot or so, with temperatures staying below freezing north of there and east of there. So very similar to what we saw on Thursday for high temperatures. And more or less, these temperatures are expected through the weekend. And low temperatures through the weekend should look very similar to this as well. These are your Saturday morning low temperatures, getting below freezing for pretty much all of us, although near freezing across the eastern Magic Valley. And skipping ahead here to Tuesday, we do see a cool down, with even the eastern Magic Valley struggling to get to freezing. These should be your high temperatures through at least midweek, with some warming by late week. You look at your low temperatures, lots of single digits and teens, and below zero lows here, especially across the upper Snake Plain, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning, and then things start to warm up. Winds, not too much of an issue outside of the ridge tops, and again, 84 here in the Yale, Idaho area is gusting close to 40 miles per hour through most of the day. These winds shouldn't change too much through Saturday, and then Sunday we see the winds ramp up a bit here across portions of the southern Arco Desert, eastern Magic Valley, with some southwest winds gusting close to 25 miles per hour. And then the winds do calm down after that, so not much in the way of issues for winds into Monday. Now that'll conclude today's briefing. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback, we welcome those to the phone number or email address you see there. Thank you.